I would like to conclude this keynote with a glimpse of the future. And what better way to do that than to ask about your future civil engineers, designers, and project managers, many of which are already members of the education.bentley.com. What advice would you give these students and new professionals regarding our industry? And what do you believe this industry will look like a few decades from now? Eduardo, let's start with you.
Yes, sure. So, well, in terms of advice for the colleagues joining our industry in the next couple of years, look, I believe that infrastructure brought us, or engineering brought us to where we are today over the decades or centuries. And we are about to embark in some of the most challenging times of our history, at least so far. We do have some trends, as we discussed on the first day, around accelerating urbanization. Our cities are getting bigger. Our population around the world is getting bigger. We also have a huge issue of global warming. We have a commitment from many nations around the world to become net zero, carbon neutral in the near future. And none of those challenges will be easy to deliver. So if anything, I think that piece of advice for these new colleagues is, look, stay focused, stay curious, and try to learn as much as possible about new technologies and new trends like the digital transformation that we have been discussing. And in terms of the future of our industry, again, I think engineering is the baseline of everything that we have built so far, and it will continue to be in the future. I think there will be many, many more challenges, either with Hyperloop or traveling to Mars or any other scientific or infrastructure challenge that we might have as humans. And for sure, there will always be opportunities in this industry, and there will always be growth in this industry. So welcome to our industry, and thank you for joining, really.
Derek?
Well, you can probably tell from my hair color that I have been around a long time. And I have seen when I first started, I worked on big mainframes and with big tape drives, you had to back up the tapes and just, huge. This was, before the personal PC, right? Big Unix workstations. And I've seen from that point to where, there's more computing power on the phone that I've got than we had back then in those. The technology changes have been incredible. And so the main thing I would say, especially for future engineers, is that in the past, technology was kind of a thing that sat over on the side and maybe it could help you a little bit. But that's all changed. I mean, I sit down with some major companies, and one of the things you see with them is that technology is a major, major part of their budget. It's a major part of their business plans moving forward. So it's not about, as an engineer anymore, it's not about just sitting down and doing a calculation and figuring out how to build this piece of infrastructure or build that. I mean, technology is it's not just a tool anymore. It's really part of it, right? Especially when you start looking at iTwins, integrating technology in for doing analysis and even into asset management, putting technology into tunnels to give us feedback when there's a problem and things like that. So it really has just drastically changed. And so I would just say, be aware of that. Be aware of technology and how much a part it's going to be, over the years to come.
And Phil?
Yeah, gonna kind of key off of what Derek was saying. I was thinking similarly, is being able to embrace emerging technologies and then learning the new technologies, because it is growing and advancing exponentially. I think we're on the cusp of some really cool augmented reality technologies where that digital twin will be something you're interfacing more directly with than say a 2D design drawing. So I think the cusp of cutting edge technology is really going to bring forth some rapid changes to the industry. So.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.